Assalamualaikum. I'm Nur Izzati binti Rashid and my partner is Nur Fatin Nadila binti Razali. We are from University Utara Malaysia and to do a video English Proficiency 2 and the topic is crime and punishment. Crime is a problem familiar in the community. Crime arises from various factors including family problems, depressions, financial and other. Among the crime in this country is murder, theft, immoral, rape, bullying, and so on. Although the authorities have to enforce the law by adding a sentence in accordance with Section 82 of the Penal Code, the crime is rampant. For example, the first crime is murder. It stems from resentment, envy, greed, jealousy, and so on. Killing effect will be traumatic to a person who saw the street and will also be followed in the future more easily. The frequency of cases of killing also an effect against society in this country alone. The public will be shrouded in fear from them. Movement carry out daily activities will be limited because they need to be alert to surrounding conditions. These conditions will also cause people to live in an atmosphere of unrest in their own countries. In accordance with Sections 82, the crime be sentenced to the minimum prison sentence of 8 years and applied by hanging if convicted. Next is rape. This video shows how rape victims are raped. This caused by a variety of causes that cause this to happen between morality and cannot control the feelings. The influence of mass media that serve a variety of porn movies, dress, and so on. As we know, many cases of rape were plastered in newspapers. News about rape, brother, sister-in-law, grandparents, grandchildren, and others. So, the authorities have for sexual offense. The bill provides for imprisonment up to 30 years, again 20 years at prison, but to raise the minimum sentence from 5 years to 10 years. The amendment to include a new Section 375B into Act 574 Penal Code, which provide for a new offence of rape in groups that carry a sentence of imprisonment of not less than 10 years and not more than 30 years. Next is a drug addict. This video shows how addicts taking drugs. The case stems from various factors including the lack of attention from parents, peer pressure, and others. In addition to the cause of the lack of religious education is an important factor in pushing the case. At present, most of the teenagers involved in drugs is due to the lack of religious education. This is true because the parents do not pay attention to their children. Furthermore, in this modern world, teens are very susceptible to social phenomena that can damage their minds. Lack of religious education will cause teenagers to do things forbidden by their religions. Therefore, religious education is essential to prevent or avoid the act that is considered dishonorable. Drug laws in Malaysia covers aspect of prevention's anti-recovery. In the implementations, there are weaknesses identified ongoing legislative amendment to be made more effective. The main legislative related to drug is of the Dangerous Drug Act 1952, of the Poisons Act 1952, of the Dangerous Drugs Act Special Preventive Measure Act 1985, the Drug Dependence Treatment and Rehabilitation Act 1983, amended 1998. So, the punishment will be punished by the addict is not least 5 years imprisonment or life imprisonment or 10 lash of the cane. So, the punishment will be punished by the addict is not least 5 years imprisonment or life imprisonment or 10 lash of the cane. Next is bullying. The definition of an act of bullying the weak for which the purpose of intent to show the strength of each other intention. The state that bullying means aggressive behavior either in the form of physical or psychology carried out repeatedly over the victim. Criminal bullying that happen must have a cause. According to the information review, a number of factors or reasons that we can see about why they often bully. The first factor is that this peer because peer often have great influence to change the behavior of students. The second factor is that they have been a victim of bullying. In addition, some because they want to show their own strength. This bully the weak want to obey, follow, and divorce is also one factor that lead to the occurrence of bullying. So bullying is subject to penalties proposed by the Ministry of Education (MOE), recently sentenced to wear a school year to student bullying seriously.
Jaya semakin melarat. Dalam siaran sebelum ini, kami melaporkan bahawa mereka menawarkan khidmat seks kepada pelanggan yang majoritinya kaki judi cyber. Kini ada dikesan memberikan pakej hayal sambil berasmara yang dipanggil Camp Fun atau CF untuk lelaki songsang yang ketagih dadah.
Next, prostitution case. Prostitution is the sale of sexual service such as oral sex or intercourse, usually to earn money. But sometimes it is simply to get the drug, jewelry, or real estate. A person called as a prostitute to prostitute herself. Most prostitutes are women, but there are also male prostitutes. Prostitution is the oldest activity in the world and become an activity that cannot be eliminated, even inherited from generation to generation. This illegal activity and contempt utilize women as early as 10 years old of age until 55 years old. Various types of prostitution that exist as commercial prostitution and prostitution involving women used involuntarily. Whatever the reason, state in prostitution remain an offense in terms of religion, custom, culture, and events illegal in our country. From the statistic, Kuala Lumpur Police stroke the resource of Utusan Malaysia found that women Malay are the most involved in prostitution, with 60%, followed by the Chinese as much as 30%, other race of 8%, and India with the lowest percentage of 2%. Most prostitution is increasingly spreading in Malaysia is due to the arrival of foreigners and foreign tourists who abuse their tourist visas. The effect of prostitution also likely to cause harmful disease like HIV/AIDS spread in the community. There was also an increase in cases of abandoned children are also indirect effect of these prostitutions.
Section 81 to the Sharia Criminal Code, wife or child prostitution often an legal conviction, a fine not exceeding 3,000 ringgit or imprisonment not exceeding 2 years or both. Section 19 Sharia Criminal Code 1988 order women to prostitute themselves and punishment, a fine not exceeding 4,000 ringgit or imprisonment not exceeding 2 years or both.
Video tak? Tak hidup.
Naik motor itu. Iya, naik motor.
Dia dah betul dia ni. Tu dia. Tu.
Jangan.
For the last video, it showed that thief. This is because people steal for several reasons, among other, are urgent life need, and he is unable to fulfill them with the income he has, or even he has to no income. So, he stole because he was poor. So on is the desire to have more, feel constantly and educate, when in fact he already has enough income, even could be already rich. Example of thief like this are corrupted, so he stole because he was not grateful. So the punishment will be meted out to the perpetrator of the offence under section 380 of the Penal Code, which carry a jail term of 10 years or a fine. In addition to penalties and law enforcement, strictly speaking, a campaign to fight crime on a large scale should be launched to make people aware of the evil of crime. Therefore, they will not behave like a palm in the bush, each release point so that criminal activity is rampant. Instead, they will respond to the government to fight crime together with the authorities. For example, a human dove conscience, Rasul Muhammad Saad willing to sacrifice their life to capture a woman's first nation in Indonesia. Awareness can also be developed in the community, especially young people through the subject civic and citizenship education in school. Young people should be educated to behave well and always obey the rule and law from a young age so that they are not susceptible to engaging in criminal activity when they grow up. Naturally, must educate young age because placing them young. The campaign must be carried out continuously. In short, the role of campaign was to reduce the percentage of criminal cases in this beloved homeland. So, that's all for our video. Thank you.